Hi everyone, this is Boogass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the DC Multiverse Batman and Wonder Woman figures. So before we take a look at, well, first I do want to say that this is the exact same figure as I've already reviewed from the Wonder Woman movie. The only thing different is her sword. So I want to take a look at her first because I'm not really going to go over it that much since it's the same exact thing. So, okay, definitely wanted to get that out of the way first. The Build-A-Figure pieces that they come with is Batman comes with the torso of Steppenwolf, and Wonder Woman comes with the right arm. Let's go ahead and plug these in here. There. That one didn't sound like it went in, but I guess it did. So now we have the torso of Steppenwolf. So for this Wonder Woman, the only thing different is the sword. Same accessories, same everything, except for the sword. So let me show it off here. So here is the sword that she came with from the Wonder Woman movie. And then this is the sword that she comes with for the Justice League movie. And I think it looks pretty good. It kind of looks the same to me. I know the blades are different. You can see that this one has more sculpting detail on the blade. But they basically look the same to me. This one just has a different handle. That's really all. And as for the collars and everything, I've never actually looked at these two like this together, but the colors may be just a little bit darker on the Justice League version, but still, it's basically the same thing. Like, the head sculpt isn't even different. I think that I would have preferred, because the only real reason I bought this figure was for the Build-A-Figure piece. Maybe a new head sculpt, maybe that would have justified it for me. Maybe darker colors or different colors, like, you know. I think the colors are just about the same, honestly. It might just be a tad bit darker. But everything is basically the same on this figure. I'll go ahead and show the head sculpt close up, that way you can go ahead and see that. Let me just do it right there. There. So there's the head sculpts, and they are identical. Like the hair. Actually, the hair manages to have less paint details, if you can believe that. Because you can see that this, the Wonder Woman movie version, or no, wait, which one? Yeah, this one is the Wonder Woman movie version. You can tell that she has those black dry brushing in her hair, which looks nice. This one just has the flat brown, no dry brushing or anything. So this one actually has less paint detail. That's kind of crazy. So I'll just go over the articulation real quick since everything's the same. I'll leave a link down below to the video I did where I reviewed this Wonder Woman. So that way, because I don't really see the point in reviewing this whole figure when I've already reviewed it. The only thing different is a sword. So, she's got a swivel at the head that can move side to side. She's got ball jointed shoulders that can move out that far. She's got a swivel at the bicep. I almost didn't see it there for a second. Kind of blends in there. She's got a swivel at the bicep, single jointed elbow that has a swivel. Joints are kind of stiff on this figure. She's got a swivel at the wrist, swivel at the waist. She's got the double swivel at the hips, but they can only move out that far. She can kick forward that far and back just a little bit. She's got a swivel at the thigh, single jointed knee, and a swivel at the ankle. So overall, I can't really say that I'm a fan of this figure because the only thing different that she comes with is a sword. There's no difference in the head sculpt or anything like that. So, yeah, that bothers me. And now, for the, I forgot to say, it's the tactical suit Batman. Now, before I get into this review, I did have to replace the cape on this. I replaced it with the NJ Croce Bendables Batman's cape because they have fabric capes. So if you want to replace like Batman or Superman's cape on any of your figures, I recommend getting the bendable figures and taking the capes off of them. Because this is what his cape was doing. It's that weird material. Like, I just had to take it off. There's no way that I could. Because you can see that it just rolls up. And this is how it was in the packaging for me. Is like that. I tried holding it over a pot of steaming water, thinking, you know, I didn't want to actually get it wet. I thought it might straighten it out a little bit. I put basically a whole bookshelf of books on top of it, like books on top of each other, on top of this to straighten it out, and it still just bends like this. So that was a really big problem for me. But I replaced it, and honestly, I think this one looks better anyway. It flows, it's a very light material, so it waves it kind of drapes the right way. So I like this one better anyway. So maybe it was a good thing that it was like that, because then I wouldn't have replaced it with this if it wasn't. So for the head sculpt, I really love this tactical suit Batman. I really think that it looks like Night Owl from Watchmen. A little bit of the comic and movie version. And you can see he has that bat insignia right there, which has a slight texture to it. A lot of this figure has texture to it, like the armor pieces right here that are silver, has like a mesh feel to them, like a texturing, which is really nice. I do like that he has armor too. I think that's something kind of different for the movies. Plus, it really makes him look like Night Owl. I really love Night Owl as a character, so... Plus, that's another movie from Zack Snyder, so... There you have his gauntlets. The silver is actually really nice throughout. Like the Walmart exclusive Batman, you could tell that it was just a repaint of this because some of the silver wasn't actually covered up. Like, they just painted over the silver. And it really showed because, you know, this is a very bright, reflective kind of silver. And on the Walmart exclusive, you could tell they just painted over that and added a couple new things. And there are his legs. Now, one thing that does bother me about this figure is the armor pad right here on his thigh, his thigh armor. If you line it up the way it's supposed to be, his feet are aimed out like that, which doesn't really look right. They should be straight like that. But then if you put it straight, his knees are aimed inward. So it's kind of weird to me. It's kind of that weird Batman articulation that all of the multiverses had. They've all had that weird, wonky articulation. Because you can see that right there. Honestly, I think I would have preferred it to be a separate piece right here. That way, that wouldn't be there. That way you could have it posed like normally, and you wouldn't tell that it, you know. Because if it was a separate piece, then you wouldn't get this. Because if you turn his leg like that, then it just looks terrible, and you want to, or at least I want to put it back in place just because it looks so terrible if you move it. So, yeah, that should have been a separate piece. But there's his shin armor and knee pads, which they're silver. They really don't have any paint detail to them. Would have been nice to see like a dry brushing of gunmetal or something over them. But they do have that texture. Like that, so that's really nice. And then there's the back of the figure. He really doesn't have any armor on the back of him, which I found kind of odd. I don't know if it's like that in the movie or not. Or I really should have seen it in theaters, but I was too busy at the time. But I think that he should have some armor on his back. Like, you know, his chest is completely covered and his back just doesn't have any armor at all on it. And the armor he has is the armor right here for the shin pads that goes back here. So, that's kind of odd to me. Like I said, it's probably like that in the movie. It's just odd to me personally. So now I'm going to go over the articulation. He's got a swiveled head. I say swivel because it's not really a ball-jointed head, because it can't look up or down at all. Like, you can try and force it, but it wouldn't really do any good. But he's got a swiveled head that can move side to side. Can't move up or down or pivot any. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out about that far. I did leave a mark right there, trying to move the ball-jointed shoulder all the way out, and it took a little bit of the paint off right there. So if you do move this all the way out, be wary of that, because you will chip some of the paint off because it is so tight. So his shoulders can only move out that far. He's got a swivel at the bicep, single-jointed elbow that also swivels. He's got a swivel at the wrist. He's got an ab crunch that can move down just a little bit and back just a little bit. At least it's not like most multiverse, and it can crunch back like inhumanly far and not very far forward. At least it's equal amounts of both. But it does make that weird clicking noise when you move it. I have no idea why that is, honestly. He's got double swivel hips, and he can do a complete split He can kick forward all the way and back all the way. He's got a swivel at the thigh, single jointed knee, and a swivel at the ankle. So overall, I really like this Batman figure. I love his armored look more than the normal look, like the Walmart exclusive version. I definitely like this one better, just because it makes him look more like Night Owl from Watchmen. So now let's do some size comparisons. So here's Batman next to, okay, just about grabbed the wrong Wonder Woman. Here he is next to Wonder Woman. She has horrible articulation, because look at her feet. They move out like that, so she really can't stand. So, oh, look at that. Of course, I say she can't stand, and then she stands. And then here they are. Of course. Okay, I'm just going to take her out of the picture here, because she can't stand at all. So here he is, next to Cyborg and Aquaman. And I only have the Flash and Superman to review. And then the Build-A-Figure, of course, Steppenwolf. So, yep, there they all are next to each other. And I'm just about done on reviewing all of the Justice League. They're just about all united. So that was my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.